Hello everyone, I'm home. I just wanted to show you how beautiful the snow's been today. It's been a real soft, gentle snow all day long, and I'd say we got about 2.5 inches of snow by what my foot tracks look like. I went out to the post office early this morning, and when I came back, it was just gently snowing, and I went out just a little bit ago and my tracks are completely covered, so I'd say about 2.5 inches. But anyway, if my calculations are right, this is my 100th video. I've counted my videos twice now, and I think this is the 100th one. So I'm going to try to pack it full of a lot of cool stuff for you guys to look at. But I just wanted to thank you all for staying with me. I've been on this journey for about a year and a half, and I've gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers, and some of you comment every time I put a video out, and I appreciate it so much. I really didn't think I would still be here after a year. I didn't even know if I'd make it a year, but I did, and I just love all of you so much. And my whole idea behind making these videos was to just inspire you to get out there and do something every day, either something fun or do something for someone else or create something new, whatever your heart desires. I think that's what life's about. We should make ourselves as happy as we can and content and fulfilled as we can, so that we can keep everyone else in our lives happy and help the ones who need help. So I remember when I first started, I was going to show you a French country bedroom that I was going to make, and I showed you all the things I thrifted for it, and that bedroom is still not finished. That's one of the things that kind of got put off to the side when I was doing other things. And if you've been with me very long, you know that sometimes I say I'm going to do something and I don't get it done right away, but I eventually get it done. So hopefully we'll get to see that this year. I've got the room all cleaned, painted, organized. I just haven't hung all the stuff up, and there's a few things in there that need done. There's a little hole in the wall that needs fixed, and I'll do that this spring. But I have so many things. See, I just work on things constantly. And I just saw a video yesterday. This girl was talking about how people who are bored and don't have anything to do or don't want to do anything and are depressed, that they get more depressed. Or if they're anxious or anything's going on in your life that's upsetting you and you don't get up and get doing something, you're just going to get worse. And I can say that's true, because when I'm busy, I don't think about all my problems. I don't dwell on things. It just relaxes me and makes me feel better. And I think sometimes a lot of people get in a funk and they just don't want to do anything and they get depressed. And I could do that very easily if I didn't have anything to do. Like today, I didn't have a whole lot to do because we're just kind of snowed in, and I made dinner or lunch, and I put some boxes back in the basement that were for Christmas and cleaned a little. And I really didn't have a lot to do today, so I could have just sat. And there's been some things going on in our community that are, we had a couple things happen that were very sad, and then thinking about the fires out in California is depressing. And you know, there's always something that we can be upset about. And so I got up this afternoon. I sat in the chair for a while with a blanket over my lap and watched TV. But I got up and I started doing things, and I made a couple things today to send out to some people who'd bought things from me, and got that done. And I mailed out some letters, and just thought all day, what am I going to show these guys for my 100th video? And there's just so much stuff I want to show you, and I'll get it all done. But this time of year is just quiet, you know, everything kind of comes to a standstill. And I saw another girl, she was decorating a country farmhouse, and she said it was snowing, and she said the snow is just silent, and it kind of makes you stop and have time to sit down and really see what it's all about and kind of collect your thoughts. And I think that's what it's done for me, especially today, because I didn't have anything to do. When I'm busy, sometimes things get, you know, kind of crazy, and you don't stop and think. And I've had time to do that today, so I really appreciated it. But it's really, really cold out here. I've got snow on my porch. There's snow on my seat that I'm sitting on. It was a light snow, so any little whip of wind blew the snow up on our porch. And The birds are all gone. I haven't hardly seen any birds, even though I've been putting food out for them. Every now and then you'll see one little bird. The deer are staying in the woods. I haven't seen any tracks today where they've been up. And I think tomorrow we're going to try to venture out and go see our boys. I think you can see the snow. Hang on just a second. Let me zero in and see. Yeah, you can see it. It's just so beautiful. And when cars go by, they don't hardly make any noise because the snow is just real soft and powdery, and it's just really cool. We're so fortunate when we're able to experience something like this. I would show you the cabin across the way, but it's really covered. I mean, it's like a whiteout once you get pretty far away from our house. And yeah, if you can see the lights up on the highway when cars go by, but there's the cabin. But it's just so peaceful and calm out here. I want you guys to see that. I love you guys so much. I received a Christmas card from one of you just the other day, and I looked at it, and they had the same last name as we do. And I told my husband, I said, who do we know from Texas that's in your family? And he said, I don't know anybody from Texas. And I kept looking, and I said, oh, this is one of my followers. She just has our last name. And I appreciate that card. It was beautiful. And if there's a couple of you that didn't get seeds, and I just sent 2 packages of seeds out like right before Christmas, and I put them in a Christmas card, and I apparently didn't put enough postage on them, and they came back. So you're going to be getting them, but they're going to be a Christmas card now after New Year's. But it was because I didn't put enough postage on them. So anyway, I'm going to get back to the video. I'm going to try to show you some cool things that I thrifted. I haven't been thrifting much, but I took pictures a few weeks ago when I went so that you guys could see what I was thrifting. And here comes a car around the corner, and you're going to see how quiet it is when they drive by, because they're going through snow, and it's just really quiet. It's not like a racetrack either. They do actually slow down when it's snowing, because we live on a sharp curve, and they just about have to slow down. But anyway, I wanted to touch base with all of you and tell you how appreciative I am of all of you for joining me on this adventure. I know I said I called it I'm Home because I love to be home. Because when I'm home and I don't have much to do, I can get creative and do all kinds of fun stuff. So that's why I called it that. And now I'm so used to saying it. And the other day I was in my son's house, and I was in the kitchen, and I heard, hello everybody, I'm home. And I ran into the living room like, that sounds like me. And it was on the TV. Sometimes my boys put it on and just set like 3 or 4 of my videos to play over and over and over so that I get views. So you guys can do that too. You know, you can just put Marcy on all day long, and while you're busy doing other things, I'll get views. But I'm climbing up a little bit. I'm getting a lot of followers and subscribers, and I really appreciate that. And if any of you think that some of your friends or family might enjoy my content, please share my videos with them. And hopefully this year I won't be so random, although life is random, and you know, things are that way. But I'll try to be more, if I say I'm going to do something, I'll try to do it. You know, I'll try not to promise things that I can't deliver right away, like the Elvis Project. I told you guys that about 6 months ago, and I just now showed it to you. But now I'm getting to work on my Elvis project, or my little room project, and I'm getting to work on my little candy shop that was my sister-in-law's, and it's going to be decorated for Valentine's Day, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I might work on that tomorrow afternoon. So I love you guys, and we'll get back to the video. So this is what my porch looks like while I'm sitting out here in the cold. It's almost 5:30 or so, and it's getting pretty dark. I still have a few Christmas lights on the porch. I just think it looks real wintry, and I just have an old wreath there on the porch, and you can see that chair has a lot of snow on it. Now, I purchased this after Christmas at a thrift store for 99 cents because I'd been wanting a big wreath with some pine cones, and I wanted something to look wintry, and I hadn't been able to find a reasonable price one. So I went ahead and put it up, and I'm going to leave it out for a little while, and all winter probably. And then the little Santa needs to come out of there, and the stocking needs to come off the door. I didn't realize this stuff was still out there because I hadn't been on the front porch for so long. And I forgot to show you guys these. I scored the other day. I was in a thrift store, and I found 4 panels of this luscious red fabric with these beautiful flowers. It's real heavy linen fabric. I got 4 panels for $15. And I put them in my living room window where I usually have like a tan pair. And for winter, they're real heavy and nice. And I may put them in my dining room later. But look how pretty they look with all of my pictures and my paintings. I just love them for winter. I'll probably put them up in the summer and just use them in the winter. That's a painting that I did years ago. And I thought the apple just really pulled the color out of those drapes. And then this is that lampshade that I got that was like a cream colored linen with a pinkish red rose, and it just goes to show not everything has to matched in order to match, because it matches great with those curtains. And speaking of red, I picked up another Fiesta mug for one of my Fiesta friends. I don't know if it's a new one or old, but it's pretty. Aunt Kathy's Kitchen, she had a bunch of these frosted glasses, and my mom had these. The beautiful plastic holly berry candle rings. I found these at the thrift store the other day. I didn't buy them, but I thought this was pretty. It's a powder jar, or some people call them biscuit jars. I thought it was awfully pretty, but I've got several of them, so I didn't buy it, but it was so pretty. And then I thought this was so funny. These are the ones I got at the Dollar Tree this year to put on my porch, and they were $1.25 a piece. And this thrift store had 2 brand spanking new ones from the Dollar Tree, and they wanted $3 a piece for them. I don't know where they get off thinking that we don't understand that they do that to us. Then I saw this, and this is a blast from the past. My mom had one of these when I was just real tiny. I was probably 4 or 5 years old when she had this butt wiggling machine. You stood on that platform there and put that belt around your rear end or your legs, turned it on, and it shook you to death. It just shook you, and I guess it was supposed to get cellulite off or something. I don't think it ever worked for my mom. It was $100, and I can't wait to show it to my cousin. She's going to love it because she used to love to get on that machine. And I suppose it works. It looked kind of sketchy to me. I found this Williams-Sonoma cookbook that I thought was just beautiful. I didn't purchase it because I don't have room for any more big books, and this one was huge, but I wanted you guys to see it because it looks like a good one. Now I'm taking you into the little French country bedroom that I've been talking about. When I get the whole room completed, I'll show it to you. But I found all of these drapes at the thrift store, of course. They're 64-inch panels, and I just put like 8 of them together and made it real thick for winter. And of course, I got my holly berry quilt on that bed now. And every single thing you see in this picture was thrifted. Everything. Except that little box with my boy's picture on it. I made that for my dad years ago when they were little, and he kept all his change in it and his pocket knife, and it's all still in there, and it belongs to my boys. This is my bedroom. I snuggle in my bedroom a lot in the afternoons when it's cold, and I get in there and look at YouTube and pay bills, and I don't always sit at my desk to pay bills. I like to be in my room. Now there's some fall colored flowers because I took the Christmassy looking ones out. And of course I have my stack of magazines and a drink, and I'm happy. I like to go in there, cuddle up, and just love it. Now, I've been manifesting these things. The Victoria magazine always shows these fancy magnifying glasses, and I thrifted that one a couple weeks ago for 50 cents. I could not believe it. Now, I have this plastic one. I think you can see it here. And it's good to read magazines with, but this one is just beautiful. And I had been wanting one for a long time, and I manifested it. And then remember my 99-cent CVS bin earrings that I got? I wore those all through Christmas, and they are the most comfortable earrings, and they were so pretty. They just sparkled, and I loved them. So, yeah, I just brought in my red cup, and I've taken most of the Christmas stuff down. I had lights over the headboard, and I'm really loving my headboard. I didn't know if I would love that forever, but I did. Now, this is my coffee table. You guys are going to be proud of me. I got rid of all the stuff on my coffee table. Remember how crowded it was? Well, I got rid of everything, and I cleaned it, and I put a white scarf on top of the gold scarf that I had. And I put some more white flowers in my arrangement, and I just put a few pieces of crystal around and a candle. And what else did I put? Oh, some frosty, just some frosty kind of, I don't know, snow-covered greenery, I think is what I'm trying to say. And some pine cones that I've had for years. And it's okay. I'd rather have a lot of stuff on my coffee table. So the other day I made 2 double 8-inch cakes, one for my husband and one for my neighbor man, who's going through a little bit of a tough time right now. And this recipe, I had seen where they were taking this strawberry pie filling, which I've never used. I always use the cherry. But I'm not real impressed with this stuff. It had real small strawberries, and I'd say about a third of the can is just that jelly stuff, which, by the way, tastes delicious. It's wonderful, but I'm diabetic and can't have it. So what I did was I took some frozen strawberries and chopped them up and put them in a little bit of that gelatin-like stuff, and I made buttercream icing with 2 tablespoons of cream cheese mixed in, because we don't really like cream cheese, but we like a little bit of the taste. And then I frosted both cakes, and I put a little bit of that strawberry filling in the middle, and then I made a little indentation in the top and put some more of the strawberry stuff. And I ended up, gosh, I could eat this stuff. I just love it. It's so pretty too, but I dumped most of that out. And I made them and I put them in the freezer. And then I sliced them. And my husband had the first piece of his, and he said it was wonderful. Now, I don't like strawberries in cake like most people like strawberry shortcakes, but it sliced up really nice, and it was the cutest little cake. And I was so proud to be taking it to my neighbor man because I knew he would like it. And I put it in a box. My friend Julie gave me a whole bunch of cake boxes one time because she knew I did pies and cakes. And I took that to my neighbor. And then Kevin got to enjoy this whole cake himself. And I think he really enjoyed it because it's gone. And remember the little holly berry plates that I found, and they were the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas pattern by Noble Elegance that I knew nothing about? Well, I looked them up online, and look how beautiful they are. And one of my followers just told me today that she has the whole set, and she loves them. And they've got different dates on them. They have the words from the story, and they are just scrumptious. And as many years as I've liked these kinds of dishes and thrifted, I cannot believe these escaped me. I don't know how I missed them, but I am definitely going to be on the lookout for them at the thrift stores. I dearly love them. Look at this gravy boat. She said that they've got all kinds of different ones from the different years. And then with the Elvis project, every time I turn around, I'm seeing Elvis. We were in a restaurant in Indianapolis, and I saw this big painting on the wall. And you remember in my Elvis project that I used that little votive that was blue glass, and I put a compact mirror on top for a coffee table? Well, I'm going to make a room for myself. And I was in the thrift store the other day, and for 25 cents a piece, I found a pink one and a green one. Guys, this is how manifesting works. You start something, and you're going to find the stuff you need. So I don't know which one I'm going to use in my little project, but the green one's my birthstone, and I really like the pink one. And the compact mirror fits it perfect. I have several of those, so it's going to be a perfect little coffee table in my room. Now, my room's going to be so neat, guys. I found some more stuff today at a thrift store, and I can't wait to show you. So join me on Instagram at MarcyJo631, and I'll be showing you some of the stuff I'm going to be using on that. Please like and subscribe if you like my channel, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart.